So, Gabe, what is a wow deal?
The wow deal. This is our list, about 5 years old now. At the end of every year, we look at the future, the upcoming year, and destinations that should offer, for a variety of different reasons, more bang for your travel buck. There are little economic lessons to be learned in each of these 5 destinations, but we're excited about the 5, a couple of domestic destinations, some exciting international spots to look at as well.
Let's run them down. The first one is Texas Hill Country.
So this is, if you're a foodie, if you like wine, you know that this is an area that's really sort of been buzzing for the last couple of years. The influx of companies and individuals moving to places like San Antonio and Austin has really surged in the last couple of years, and we're seeing some great hotel investment in 2015. At least a half dozen large hotels from companies like JW Marriott, Westin, Kimpton opening up in 2015. More hotel rooms in that region, about 30 to 60 minute drive outside of Austin and San Antonio.
Pretty easy to get to.
Easy to get to, and it should result in some softening of hotel prices across the board.
Number 2, why Puerto Rico?
So Puerto Rico, a lot of airlift, and we will continue to see that in 2015. But they've just restructured the port there in San Juan to welcome larger ships. So 2015 will see the first batch of larger mega ships arriving in Puerto Rico. So we expect those tourism numbers to kick up nicely in that region. And that has also spurred some new marketing incentives throughout the United States. Reminding people that
for a while Puerto Rico was really, the economy is terrible in Puerto Rico, so maybe this will help the economy.
Exactly right.
Entirely tourism.
So they're looking at the cruise industry to really go a bit of a shot in the arm, and I think we'll see seasonal bumps in airlift as well. At least 9 to 10 airlines flying every day in Puerto Rico out of the U.S.
Okay. Further south America, Brazil.
So Brazil is in that sweet spot between the World Cup in 2014, which really sort of increased the mind share for the U.S. What Brazil was all about. About 111,000 U.S. spectators traveled to Brazil, which were numbers that exceeded the expectations of Brazilians down there. More than 90% of people surveyed after the games were done said they would return. So I think that Brazil sees the U.S. now as a major opportunity. And of course, 2016 brings the U.S. brings the Summer Olympics. So 2015 is a bit of a sweet spot.
They did pretty well hosting the World Cup. Some hiccups there, but did pretty well.
I think so.
Southeast Asia cruising.
So this is all about the availability of cabins. So in 2014, the big story was the river cruise industry in Europe. Last year, it was the cruise industry in the Mediterranean. And it all comes down to more ships being placed in these itineraries. So 2015, we're seeing all the major cruise companies putting more ships and larger ships in these
regions. Does the cruise industry drive where people go, or do people drive where the cruise industry goes?
It's an interesting game. I think in this case, it has to do with the travel industry driving what consumers are doing, because you're going to get that core group of avid cruisers who will just go, where they want to go. But for people who are on the fence, it's going to be where the value is. And I think because more ships will be in this region in 2015, there is going to be a tendency for people who might, want to consider that first cruise in a region where there's just the better value and the better incentives.
And a little bit more exotic Dubai, if you want to see a great airport.
Yeah, Dubai, the big airport opening up in 2020 will become the largest airport in the world. Dubai earlier in 2014 saw the lowest tourism numbers in about 18 years. So just on numbers alone, there's an incentive to reach out to the Western traveler, the U.S. traveler in particular. And we're seeing some great package deals. And I think in 2015 in general, we'll see airfare and package deals targeted specifically to the U.S.
Will Cuba be on your list in 2016?
Well, what now?
Cuba be on your list in 2016?
Cuba is going to be a story to follow, no doubt, in 2015, because the numbers are already surging very dramatically in just a couple of weeks. So, that's our, that number 6, the little bonus addition for 2015.
Gabe, thank you so much.
You bet.